What up everyone, it's Lexi, and in today's episode of Train Insane Velocidrone, we're going to be talking about power loops. And just a quick disclaimer, I know that some of you guys in the US are calling it corkscrews, but I checked, in Europe it's called power loops, so I'm going to stick with this name for simplicity. And if you're not sure what we are talking about, here is a little DVR, this is what we are talking about. And as always, remember that the track that I'm going to be playing right here is available for you to download on Velocidrone, and the instructions are down below. Also, some of you guys have asked me what are my settings for the Velocidrone and for my drone, so I am also leaving the link to a full blog post about my settings and how they actually look like. And last but not least, we have found a couple of sponsors for the weekly challenges, and I'm extremely happy to say that starting this week, we're going to be giving away one prize to one lucky random winner in the leaderboard. So all you have to do to actually take part in this is just play in Nemesis mode, 3 laps, get into the leaderboard, and you're in. You don't have to be high. It doesn't matter, it's going to be a random winner. So I'm extremely happy to start this one. And today's sponsor is Beta FPV, so thank you very much Beta FPV for doing this for us. And yeah, I think this is enough of talking for this time, so let's go to the track. Let's start with discussing what power loops actually are. What power loops usually are on the track is 3 or 2 gates next to each other with the same point of entry that kind of forces you to go around or above the gate. And they go left and right, and this track will teach you all of the possibilities that are mostly common on the racing tracks for this type of an obstacle. And yes, I had to somehow come back, so there's also a long straight and a split S. And be sure that you are subscribed, because the next lesson on the Train Insane Velocidrone is actually how to do a split S. So be sure that you are on the lookout for this. Let's discuss 3 ways of doing a power loop, starting with level 1, which is what most people who are just starting doing. Let me show you. So way number 1 is with a little bit of overshooting. So you go through the gate, you go above the gate, you go again through the gate, you turn around and go in above the gate and stuff like this. And it's safe, it's right, it works. If you just had a crash or you are not necessarily in the zone, this is something that you may be doing, but it's overshooting a lot of things. And it's, as you can see, not really smooth. It's just level 1, something really extremely safe for you to be doing. And this is basically it. This is what most people are doing when they are starting. Now let's do level number 2, when it's a little bit more jerky. So this is what I was doing up until not so long ago, and you add a lot of throttle, you kind of get, super fast, and this is what happens when you're feeling a little bit more ballsy about the things that you are doing, but you are still overshooting a lot of things because the technique is not necessarily right. And I do have to tell you, by the way, my power loops are still not perfect, I'm still working on them, but my way is just less throttle and being extremely smooth on this and tight. So as you can see, I'm really close to those gates, and I'm just kind of floating above them and doing stuff like this. So we have here 3 different timings, and I'm going to be discussing them as 3 different levels. First level is the really easy one, the basic one, in which we are actually having 34 seconds. So if you are more than 30 seconds, you know that you are kind of too safe. You are not pushing it hard enough for yourself, and you should try to kind of get into the gate in a different way and just not go straight forward, then turning around and coming back and doing it all over again. Maybe if you are going through the gate, try to already turn, kind of pre-turn into the next obstacle that you have to go to, which is actually going above the other gate. So you can get into the gate already turning kind of with your back, so you are already in the right position to go above the other gate. If your timing is 30 seconds or 20 seconds, something like this, like 22, something like that, maybe you are adding too much throttle, maybe you are overshooting too much, and this is the same thing. Maybe take off throttle a little bit and try to get into pre-position to another type of a combination and to another gate. Now, if you are less than 20 seconds, you are doing a pretty decent job already, and you need to know that you have to train to be even more smooth, even tighter, and maybe add a little bit of throttle and pitch while you are doing this. Now, I do have to tell you that I'm still not the best when it goes to power loops, and Heiko actually says that I'm not adding enough pitch, so I'm not adding enough of this thing here, but I'm still learning just as you, and it's totally something to train and to get better at. I'm gonna do it now extremely slowly to show you what I'm doing with my sticks, and be sure that you are looking at the stick input to see what you are using. So what we're going to be doing is, one, keep your throttle at around 20% for this really slow thing. And it's kind of like a slalom, but this time we're doing it 3D. So what you want to be doing is having the whole gate in your view of the camera at all times. So I told you in corkscrew and in ladders and stuff like this that you need to have the middle of the gate kind of next to you, kind of to see it at all times. And here it would be nice if you could see the top of the gate and the side of the gate kind of in your view at all times, if you are just learning how to do it. To do it extremely kind of slow here, and as you can see, I'm seeing the gate at all times while I'm going through it. Now, the important thing is that you are working with all 4 of the sticks, but yet still you can do it within one movement. So it would be the best if you went to some kind of a pro pilot, I don't know, Stickman FPV, for example, and see how he does power loops. It's basically one movement. You see that there's no corrections, no nothing. So this is what I want you to train, to just keep it at one kind of a stick movement, which is kind of like a corkscrew. You can of course come back to the corkscrew map or the ladder map, so it's like this, but also you are adding a little bit of pitch and a little bit of throttle in there to kind of slow down, and I think only with throttle you will be kind of correcting all of these things here. Now let me show you some more proper power loops, and I won't be talking for this one. That's all I had for you today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up, be subscribed, and smash that bell button so you get to know about all of my new videos. Don't forget to download this track and play it in Nemesis mode on Velocidrone. Instructions on how to do it are down below in the description box, and maybe next week you're gonna win a really cool prize from Beta FPV. That would be cool, right? Leave me a comment down below saying what is actually really hard for you or what turned out to be pretty easy. Let's have a conversation. If you are just starting with FPV, we have a live stream on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central European Time called FPV Beginner Corner, on which you can ask all types of questions about anything. So I would like to see you there. That's it for today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay awesome, fam. Bye! Heiko said I cannot eat this cookie until you subscribe to this channel and leave this video a thumbs up, and I really want to eat it. Please. Also, you can support this channel on Patreon to be sure that I have more cookies, or go to buy me a coffee, and without registration or anything like this, you can just get sure that I have a coffee to the cookie. Because I probably need one. Thanks!